Hey guys, so before we start this video, I just have to say I'm sorry that I've not been posting that much on my channel, and I'm gonna start consistently posting more. And I'm sorry I stopped doing the series. It's just that y'all just stopped watching it. So I'll see you when I posted my Foot Naruto the first series, the full series version, and y'all still like the series. So now I know that. So let's go ahead and run the intro, and all the editing in the video is done by me. So, see ya. Like a monster. I feel like a monster. It's hiding in the dark. His teeth are razor sharp. There's no escape for me. It was my soul, it was my heart. No one can hear me scream. Maybe it's just a dream. The lies inside of me. I feel it deep within. It's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become. The darkness just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel it deep within. It's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I gotta lose control. It's something radical. I must confess that I feel like. Okay, guys. So we last left off. Let me recap real quick. So when we last left off in this series is where Naruto had beaten Neji in the Chunin exams and saved the Leaf Village with his awesome deity power. And Naruto told Tsunade, and when the Sana Retrieval arc happened, he brought back Tsunade. He told Tsunade that he's gonna be going away from the Leaf for a few years. And he told her that he would basically be fine. So don't send a search party, and he promised her that he would be back in about 3.5 years. So Naruto, within all that time, he learned the first deity told him that he should stop staying in that weak human form, pretty much. That he doesn't need that anymore. Considering that all you need to do is learn how to be in your first deity transformation at all times, you can say. And what do you mean by that is you need to always try to be in your major transformation. You know how Gohan and Goku learn how to stay in Super Saiyan for as long as they wanted to and gain mastered the transformation? It's basically what Naruto's gonna do. He's gonna learn how to master transformation. Now, to weaken him, I'm gonna give Naruto the 4 transformation mask of Majora's Mask. But he's a still reincarnation of the first deity. He can just transform into the Deku, the Goron, and the Zora Link as well. But or Zora, Deku, and Goron Naruto be more precise in this one. So Naruto then this is when Naruto within a year he 100%ly mastered how to stay in the transformation without it draining or losing stamina in him. So now he just stays in there at all times. As within the next year, he learned how to stack the Nine Tails chakra with it. What I mean by that is he can now use KCM with it. And he also learned, and he also mastered the first stage of KCM, by the way. And he still has all the jutsus he had in canon, except I did tell you in the first part how he had Flying Raijin, or maybe it was the second part how he had Flying Raijin. And yes, within this time he mastered Flying Raijin as well, along with mastering Fierce Deity's fighting style. So yeah, so we now time skip 3 years, 3.5 years later. Naruto's currently 16 years old, and yeah, Naruto's currently 16 years old. As he's now he's currently heading back to the Leaf Village. With the guards are like, hey, it's Naruto. He's back. So yeah, oh yeah. And this time, Sasuke still did leave the village if you're wondering. But Naruto, he also trained to bring back the Uchiha. He trained to bring back Sasuke as well. But he mainly trained to learn how to master his power. Which he masters all the Fairy Deity's abilities. But he needs, but because if you didn't know, the original First Deity, like before Link had the transformation, he carved Majora's mask, and like the mask salesman just had it. He carved the mask himself. So Naruto's gonna carve the Goron, Zora, and Deku mask. But so yeah. So anyway, the Naruto returns, everyone's shocked to see him, but happy, because they haven't seen him in a very long time. It just feels like that. So, everyone is like, Sakura's like, hey Naruto, you know, Naruto is not an idiot anymore, since he just decided within all that time, but he spent an entire year just learning about the Shinobi world, so he's no longer the knuckle-headed ninja. Like he makes knuckle-headed mistakes, but he's not like the knucklehead. He's not a knucklehead anymore. You can say he actually grew up this time. Sakura and Konohama would greet Naruto with when I was still telling Konohamaru to not use that technique. And then he was going to explain, you only use that technique, acting like a bit of a knucklehead. For Sif, we only use that technique against perverts. And then hitting him on the head. Sakura like, huh? And she punched him in the face, but Naruto did not nosebleed. That's the change. She didn't nosebleed from her punch because he can stand a lot of things. He can stand getting slapped in the face with the moon. He can get slapped in the face with the moon already. So yeah, with a moon attack. So that really didn't phase him at all. But Naruto then decides to go pay a visit to Tsunade, which he left a sealing formula on Hokage's mansion already back 3 years ago. So he simply teleports there. It's Sakura. When they get there, they meet Tsunade. He greets them. Everything with Sakura, with Tsunade telling Naruto and Sakura that they have a test that it's due with with Naruto and seeing Shikamaru and Tamari. But there's also someone who's behind Naruto, but not by that much. Since Naruto just naturally walks faster than everyone else, since he's bigger than Oh yeah, he's as big as the one Espinal now, but he can also shrink his size. So he shrink his size to where he's only a little bit taller than Madara. So yeah, like his average size is like the one Espinal now. Since this is 3 years later. If I told you at 12 to 13 years old he was like the size of daytime Espinal, which is like taller than Kakashi, then yeah, Naruto is taller than that now. But anyway, so this is when he meets Mario, which is him finding out that they're not his challenge. So this is when he then senses Kakashi in the window. He take out his ninja pouch, the new Makeup Paradise book. How does he have that? Because he found one in a shop and he already read it. And yes, he's not a pervert anyway. Yeah, he's like a Meliodas type pervert, but you don't really see it at all. Because he does enjoy those books, you just see, but he thinks they're kind of stupid at the same time. Yeah, when Kakashi finds out, he gives Naruto a nice smile, an eye smile, as usual, as he says, yes, we're gonna be doing the bell test once again. But Naruto's like, alright, let's see what happens. Let's see how I beat the crap out of you this time, Kakashi. I learned some new ways. This Kakashi like, alright Naruto, you don't have to be that confident. But anyway, in the next part, I'm gonna feature like a picture of all like the 4 main transformation masks in the next ML. This one. But anyway, what Kakashi was gonna say. I think so Naruto has gotten way stronger than it was 3 years ago. So let's see with how much they've grown. So anyway, we time skip to the next day, as this time they don't get there. This time Kakashi ain't an idiot, so he didn't get there. Kakashi wasn't an idiot, but this time he gets it earlier. Which they would get straight to the bell session, so they already know the rules. So anyway, so this is when they all disperse. Well, yeah. But this is when Sakura punches the ground. With Naruto and Kakashi both being pretty shocked at how much strength she gained. And they're physically, I was like, what the fuck? How did she gain all that strength? Anyway. But anyway, this is Naruto saying, but then Naruto then disappearing in a flash. with him and kicking Kakashi in the gut, and then in the back, and then just going all around. With Kakashi then saying, I guess I'm gonna need this Sharingan. Yeah, he's a Sharingan, if you don't can keep up enough. If you did forget that Naruto did have Minato's jutsu, or the Sigma Kage's jutsu, is Naruto saying, the Sharingan! And with him then jumping from saying, the Sharingan! With Kakashi and dodging, with him destroying a bit of destroying like a tree. That's insane. Shadow Clone Jutsu with Naruto Zen with Naruto Zen with all his clones getting in a position as this is when his sword would then turn completely green. This is when he was getting charged up saying ah, there's an aura around him and then Patrick saying ah, you can see even from the village. He then swings his sword. And he shoots out a beam from his sword. And he then shoots out multiple at Kakashi. Some of them being faster than the others. Kakashi really has to dodge. This one Kakashi then says, Shinobi Battle. This one Kakashi then says, Shinobi Battle Art. 1. Taijutsu. And this is when Naruto can take his sword on his back. If he uses a fighting style he has in Boruto. But also use a bit of a dragon fighting style. Throwing off Kakashi. Because he thought Naruto only used a sword. But nah, this man is just using a dumb sword. He can use whatever fighting style he honestly wants to. So anyway. So Naruto was then saying, alright. And then this is when Naruto Zen. He teleports right where Sakura is. And then throws her right at Kakashi. With Kakashi actually getting Sakura's successful getting Kakashi in the stomach. With Jiraiya and Tsunade and I'm still watching. And they're still shocked about how much strength Naruto's gaining. Like, forget Sakura. You see, look how much Naruto's grown. So anyway. But this is when Naruto's silent for you guys. But this is when this is when Kakashi and Shinobi Battle Art 2. Genjutsu. If he didn't use it, Genjutsu on him. But this was when like they see Sasuke was nearly dead. Was pretty much done. But Sakura still says remorse that she still wish she could say have a conversation with Sasuke. And it just breaks the Genjutsu. And then Shinobi and then stuff this one's version is Shinobi Battle Art 3 Ninjutsu. He then says Fire Style Fireball Jutsu. Water Style Water Dragon Jutsu. He says if you just like you start spamming then this is not like since when can man spam? He then says this is where the first dude like you forgot what you learned, kid. Oh yeah, this is not the one says, alright. He can play that game. He then sticks his sword into the ground and he says, Fierce Speed, he says Deity Art. Sword Destruction. With him then, within multiple swords and going out. With Kakashi and dodging, forgetting Naruto has other abilities too. Besides the ones he normally shows off. Which Naruto then says, what's saying name? When Naruto then going KCN and saying, Planetary Rasengan. So Naruto uses the Planetary Rasengan. Which this is enough to get Kakashi. This is what Naruto then says. Yeah, but Kakashi was still doing it. So I have to say, just to make sure, why don't I spoil what happened in the end? Kakashi's like, no, don't do it, kid. I was like, if you like the game, tell it like saying, if you cover this, it's like, shit, with the Sharingan, I can't even read someone's lips. Damn it! Why Obito? I'm thinking in his head. As if it when they didn't get the bells. As we're gonna be ending it off right here, guys.